Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Tonight we're going to be giving you 3 plays that I like for tomorrow's MLB card. I like to get these games in early. I like to bet them on the overnights, try and beat some of the line moves, and get the best numbers possible. If you joined me on Monday night for this show, you went 4-0 on the picks I gave out, including beating 2 line moves by a full run on unders. So I was kind of proud about that. So hopefully we can keep the winning going here. First of all, tomorrow I am already on the Reds-Indians game. We have Luis Castillo versus Carlos Carrasco. Both these pitchers are pretty good. I think Castillo gets steamed a lot, especially on the overnights, and there's good reason for it. I think of all the Reds pitchers, he has the most upside. I know a lot of people think maybe Bauer might be the best Reds starter. I think it's Luis Castillo. Carrasco, there's nothing really bad to say about him. I mean, his numbers last year were pretty bad, but he had cancer, so you kind of got to throw that out. In 2 starts this year, he's been pretty good. But I'm looking at the fact that, okay, Castillo and Carrasco are probably going to cancel each other out. They're both A-level starting pitchers. But the Indians' offense is not hitting. They're still not hitting. The Reds' offense on paper as well as actual performance is much better than the Indians' offense. And the bullpens are basically about a wash as well. I'm taking the plus money here on the Reds at plus 110. I want to get it in now before this line moves to even money, or heck, the Reds should, in my opinion, close as a favorite. I don't see how the Reds stay an underdog by the time this line closes, because there's nothing that the Indians are throwing at them tomorrow that they're better than the Reds. They have a worse lineup. You could argue that Castillo is a better starting pitcher than Carrasco. I just don't I don't like this spot at all tomorrow for the Indians. And at plus money, the Reds plus 110, that's my pick for tomorrow's game there. Also, looking at when the first 5 lines come out, most people don't get those yet. Most people don't start seeing those until the morning. But keep an eye on these first 5 lines. If you can get an under 4 reasonably juiced, I would definitely say hit that. Even a 3.5 in this spot, because I don't see the Indians getting more than a run in the first 5 innings against Castillo. If you can get a 3.5 with plus money, I wouldn't even be afraid of that. I've been hammering Indian games, first 5 unders all season so far, because their offense is so bad, and they keep running out very high level starting pitching. So that's just a well I'm going to keep going to. So look out for that, the first 5 lines tomorrow. If you can get a under 4 reasonably juiced or plus money on an under 3.5, that's something I'll be hitting on this game as well. But for right now, the play is Reds plus 110. The next game I'm looking at, I got to play on, is the Blue Jays versus the Braves. You got Nate Pearson making his 2nd start of his career tomorrow. He was really impressive in his first start, especially going up against Max Scherzer, who is arguably been the best pitcher in baseball for the last decade. He went up against Max Scherzer, did not buckle under the pressure, struck out 5 in 5 innings, gave up no runs, walked 2 guys, but that's understandable. And he's the top prospect in the Blue Jays farm system coming into the year, and there's reason why. This kid's going to be a stud, and he's going to be an absolute star. On the other hand, or on the other side, I would say Tiki Toussaint for the Braves is the opposite of Nate Pearson. His career in 2 seasons in Major League Baseball, his career pitcher / line is a 5.24 ERA with a 4.35 FIP, 4.71 SIERA. Those are bad numbers. I don't like this starter that the Braves are putting out there. The Braves do have a slight advantage in the bullpen, and I would also say the Braves do have an advantage in the offense, although I do like the Blue Jays' offensive potential. I'm not trying to bet the Blue Jays every day, but they keep forcing me to do it by giving me these numbers. And at plus 125, when I have a much better starting pitcher and an offense. Although the Blue Jays offense has not performed to their potential yet this year, they still have a lot of high upside hitters in that lineup. With this number at plus 125, I absolutely love the Blue Jays at this price tomorrow. So I'm taking the Blue Jays at plus 125. I also don't really think the Braves should be getting a lot of steam here. Their starting pitcher is so bad, and people love to fade bad starting pitchers. So I don't think you're going to get a better number than plus 125 on the Blue Jays. So that's why I'm taking this number now, because I don't see a lot of people just rushing up to their bookies trying to bet on Toussaint tomorrow. He's terrible. So that's my bet on that game. Blue Jays plus 125. The next game and the final game I have tomorrow is the Phillies versus the Yankees. The Yankees have quite possibly the best offense in baseball right now. Well, on the numbers wise, they have the best offense in baseball. They have the number one in WRC plus, number one in slugging, number one in batting. Well, not batting average, but I mean, they're number one in all the major categories. WOBA, the Yankees are raking right now. That offense is incredibly dangerous. And the Phillies have a dangerous offense as well. I mean, they got guys like Rhys Hoskins. They spent $330 million on Bryce Harper. The Phillies have a lot of really good guys in their lineup as well. And that's one of the reasons you also got to look at Eflin here. He's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Eflin right now is slated to start for the Phillies. His career numbers is a 4.73 ERA, a 4.82 FIP, a 4.71 SIERA, and he's being backed up by a bullpen that's been pretty miserable this year. Their Phillies bullpen FIP is 5.72. I don't like this situation at all for the Phillies. I also do like the Phillies bats. The Yankees got Montgomery starting. The guy's kind of an enigma. He really hasn't pitched a whole lot since 2018. So I really can't go out there and be like, boy, I really like Montgomery's stuff, because even in 2018, he was just kind of an average pitcher. So I'm going with the over here. Over 9.5 at minus 110. I think the Yankees could get the over by themselves. Honestly, the only reason why I'm not on the Yankees is I'm not really interested in laying the price. Right now, I'm looking at market wide. The Yankees are about minus 150, in that minus 150 range. And I'm not, some books have them at the minus 160s. Yeah, I mean, this is not a starting pitcher that the Yankees are putting out there that, I can be laying $1.50 on. So although I do think the Yankees smash the Phillies bullpen, and score a ton of runs here, I'm not going to be laying $1.50 on the game started by Montgomery. So I'm staying off of the sides here, and I'm just going for runs. Over 9.5 tomorrow, Yankees Phillies. There's a couple other games I was looking at. I don't have plays on them though. I do have them circled though for possible plays. One would be the Angels tomorrow. Targeting their team total over. I don't have team totals yet, but I do notice I can see the Angels are about $1.50 favorite. And I'm not going to be laying that kind of price with any game started by Dylan Bundy, but I do think that's about a fair price, though. The Angels should rake against the Mariners. But I am looking at that Angels team total. If it drops at 4.5, if you can get reasonable juice on an over 4.5, I would take an Angels team total tomorrow. Taijuan Walker, he looked pretty good in his last start, but career-wise, he's slightly above average. And then on top of that, if he gets taken out after 5 innings, the Mariners' bullpen is atrocious. The Mariners have given up more runs than any other team this year, and it's a group effort on that one. They don't have any good arms in their bullpen. So even if Taijuan Walker does a good job, holds them to 1 or 2 runs, as soon as he's out of that game, I mean, I can't trust the Mariners bullpen not to give up 3 to a really good Angels offense. So I'm not going to bet the full game total. Right now, the full game total is at 9. But I am going to be targeting, if the price is right, and by that I mean minus 120-ish on an over 4.5, I will be taking an Angels team total over. I'm also looking at the Rangers-A's game. A lot of people know that it's a Mike Fiers start. But apparently when I'm looking at the line, I had this circled before the lines came out as a game that I'm probably going to try and be on. But it looks like the books have figured out that Mike Fiers is really good at home. He's really bad on the road. I mean, he's not that good of a pitcher, but he has ridiculous home road splits. And it looks like the books have finally figured out that he's just really good at home because I'm looking at a line of minus 150, and now I don't see the value on that. If it dropped at minus 130, I'd be all over the A's tomorrow. But at minus 150, I'm not too sure about that. That's just some food for thought there when you're looking at games where you want to get the best price. So if anybody has any, I see some people in the chat here. Thanks for joining me. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for some of these games tomorrow. But other than that, I'll just go. If no one has any questions for tomorrow's games, I'll recap my picks and I'll let you guys get out of here. All right. So once again, Reds plus 110. Try and get on that now. I do not see that number closing at a plus number for the Reds. Blue Jays plus 125. Again, I see a lot of people are going to try and fade Toussaint. I do not, and a lot of people are going to try and back Pearson. Pearson has had a lot of hype coming into this year. Plus 125 on the Blue Jays. I think that number's coming down also. That's why I bet these games on overnights. I'm trying to beat these line moves. And Phillies, Yankees over 9.5 at minus 110. I'm telling you, the Phillies are not putting out a pitching. Phillies do not have the pitching to contain this Yankees lineup. And I also kind of like the Phillies lineup too. So it's not, I think the Phillies are going to add like 4 runs of their own in this game. So over in Phillies, Yankees tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. We will be trying to do this probably about 3 times a week, usually right around 8 Eastern, 7 Central, because this is normally the time that we have had enough lines drop that I do have action on some games. And thank you. And check out odds.com. Remember to click the like button, share this video, share the content, keep us content creators employed. Thank you very much, and check out odds.com. I appreciate it.